Hello everyone, in today's episode of the 1 Year Life Challenge, we want to talk about 10 lessons that we can learn from explorers and their amazing journeys. Hello everyone, I'm excited today to talk about those explorers, those intrepid people that went out and conquered new lands, found things that had never been found, and went on these extraordinary journeys that tested not only themselves, but the individuals around them. We're talking about people like Vasco da Gama, Captain Cook. We're talking about Scott and the great, North and South Pole explorations. We're talking about those people who go and live in a new city with no friends and just embrace the culture and learn new things. Those people who get a one-way ticket to a country they've never been. The adventurers of this world who provide the juice and the beauty to the planet. So these great explorers had a real drive and ambition to go out and to see and to allow the world to come to them and then to go to the world. And over time, we really appreciated them. And one of the declines in modern society is that I bet you cannot name a single actor from more than 100 years ago. But I bet you can name 10 actors from the last 10 years. I bet you know who wrote Hamlet, William Shakespeare of course, but I bet you cannot tell me who first played the role of Hamlet at the Globe Theatre, because you don't remember the actors. And the reason is, 100 years ago, going back for most of human history, the famous people were explorers, philosophers, politicians, mathematicians, and great military generals. Quality people who had something to give, who had learned. Now, our celebrities these days are unfortunately reality stars. They're Kim Kardashians, they're Brad Pitts, they're Angelina Jolie, and while these people are good people, they don't necessarily bring a huge amount to society. I think it's time that we go back to find the great explorers, to really reconnect with the people doing amazing things. For those who know me, and I think I've mentioned in other videos, on my wall I have this little plate that I picked up from a second-hand store. It's got a picture of a Spanish galleon sort of heading off into the ocean. I look at it every single day and I think I'm on that Spanish galleon. My body is the Spanish galleon, my consciousness is the captain, I'm about to explore new worlds. And that's really something that has had more faith in the way the universe unfolds. I'm happy to throw myself into this situation. So what can these explorers teach us? What are the lessons they learn? You don't have to climb Everest to learn their lessons. So the first lesson that the explorers teach us is that having a sense of purpose is incredibly important. So we all know that when Edmund Hillary went to climb Mount Everest, he wasn't confused about what he was there to do. He wasn't looking at Tenzing and saying, where do we go, up or down? Like, oh, he's going to chill, do you want to get some drinks? He knew what he was doing, and when you know what you're doing, you have a purpose, you were timeless, you were in the moment, and you were in your state of bliss. 2, they teach us that we should do what we always wanted to do. Edmund Hillary knew that he wanted to climb mountains. It doesn't mean you need to climb mountains. It means you do what you want to do. It's quite often we go, this person went on a round the world voyage solo on a boat. I could never do that. That's okay if you can never do that. But what could you do? What is important to you? Number 3. Life is about taking educated risks. So I was getting my hair cut today and the barber kept telling me about the great white sharks that are in our area. I'm not, I think that the chances of me getting eaten by a great white shark, even though I'm in the water probably 320 days of the year, is so low. I'm not going to give up my beach swims. No matter what fear or propaganda about these great white sharks come into my life, I'm not going to give up swimming. And if I do get eaten by one, I'm part of the ecosystem. Nature's having its way. And it's an educated guess, it's an educated risk. I'm more in trouble getting in my car every single day than I am going to the beach. Number 4, you learn new skills. There's things you learn when you travel. When you go to a new country, there's things you have to learn. You have to learn the language, you have to learn the cultures. You're forced to learn new things and it's beautiful. 5, you get motivated to be in the long haul. There's an Australian guy called Albie Mangles, and if you don't know who he is, Google him on YouTube. Some of his movies were incredible. But basically, every adventure he went on seemed to be an absolute disaster. The guy was not a lucky dude. Like, for example, the last adventure I was watching, he didn't have enough money, so he went and dug some opals out of the ground, which are like a gemstone. He got on his boat to sell the opals to fund his around the world trip. The boat caught fire, sank, the opals went to the end of the ground. He ended up getting some more money. He got to Lima in South America with this beautiful woman that he'd met. They hit a truck and it's just, what you learn is that the long haul is important. It's not going to be all smooth sailing. Therefore, number 6 comes in, you learn to deal with adversity. Anytime you step out of your comfort zone, adversity is going to hit you, which is there to make you stronger and better. Number 7, you learn to control the fear. It's normal to be afraid of new things you don't understand. But fear is just a slight reaction of the body that can be controlled through breathing and understanding. And once you control that fear, you can control any fear. And living a life without fear is the only true life to live. 8, failure happens when you least expect it. You know, James Cook was killed. You know, even though I remember him today and we love him, he was speared. You know, a lot of these explorers died or had terrible tragedies happen to them. But that doesn't mean that we sit there and go, well, Captain Cook's no good because, you know, he ended up dying on the job. It doesn't matter. Failure happens, and it happens when you least expect it. It's not there to stop you, it's there to grow you. Number 9, success can be lonely. It really can, but it doesn't have to be. So find groups of like-minded people. You know, Edmund Hillary didn't climb Everest by himself. He had someone there with him. You can do it by yourself, but you don't have to. Trust me, whatever you want to do, whether it's go out and save the bee population as it's being destroyed around the world, or whether you want to go become the world's best racquetball player, there's other like-minded people who can assist you on that journey and enjoy it with you. And finally, you have the power within to inspire others. That's the only way to make change and to create difference in others, is to be a conduit, a vehicle for the universe to show them through direct experience what they're missing out on or what they could be. Because every time there's an Einstein, there's a small kid who knows they can do physics by watching Einstein. We are all the same, we are all connected, and if one person can do it, so can another, and they give us the courage to shine. So when you go on your journey, you do the same for others. It's definitely something to think about. These great explorers are just, I hope one day great explorers become, you know, top of the food chain, and we're reading about them in celebrity magazines rather than, you know, soap stars. It's something to think about, but until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.